我们来听听这个社会最低层人士的真实心声。How did you end up homeless?
I had a house, I got rid of it because it's a waste of time and money.
How was your life before?
I owned my own house. I owned everything, food all the way.
The weather is getting cold. How are you able to stay warm?
We use things like...
Those were allowed here?
We don't have choice, right?
How are you making money now?
I'm a graduate student.
Then you should be able to find a job.
I'm here doing what I know how to do, right? And that's sell drugs. Drug dealers. Drug dealers.
如果大家来温哥华，走在路上，一定免不了会看见一些街友，就是流浪汉，窝在一个角落，或者是聚集在人潮多的地方。也许你会当作没看到他们，也许你会给他们施舍个几块。但是你有没有想过，在这些流浪街头之前，他们也许也都过着跟我们一样正常的生活，有着正常的家庭。那是什么原因让他们无家可归呢？这次我来到温哥华市中心，想听听这些街友们的故事，了解温哥华无家可归的现实情况。Are you doing okay here? Is it okay that we chat for a few minutes? Are you homeless now?
No, I still have my place, but I still prefer to stay outdoors.
Do you still work or are you employed?
No.
You used to?
I got great work, detailing cars.
Detailing cars? Okay. How do you get food or water? All the essentials.
I buy it.
Do you make money? Like, how do you make money?
Walk around looking at food.
Do you do pet handling? Yeah?
I don't need to eat actual food to survive.
You don't need to eat that much food? 正当我纳闷他说的话时，我也注意到了他手上拿的东西。I see that you have is that the vape, the pipe? Like, what is that? Is that weed or?
No.
How do you get your drug?
I buy it.
Oh, you buy it from somebody on the street? I see. I know the government has removed all the tents on East Hastings Street. Where do you think those people went? East Hastings 就是温哥华最恶名昭彰的一条街，我会在下集跟大家分享。不想错过影片的朋友，现在就赶紧订阅吧，因为那边生人勿近啊！这里真的不是一般人该来的地方。Where did they go?
All down. Crab park.
You think they all went there? 结束短暂的谈话之后，我便直接走去附近他提到的公园。看到那边有一堆扎营的了吗？就在市中心天际线的这下面，整个非常的对比啊。这里就是 Crab Park， 是温哥华唯一合法的搭帐篷的地方。我现在进去里面看看他们的情况，看看能不能问到一些人吧。于是我一步步的走进这个靠着海湾的帐篷区，还正要思考要怎么敲门问话时，正好发现旁边的一个中年男子眺望着海。Do you live around here? This is your tent? Nice.
Not like one.
Your home? How long have you been staying here?
Outside, 4 years.
4 years?
Okay, one there, the parking lot, Strathcona, here.
So you moved to different places throughout the time. How did you end up homeless?
I was working out in Agassiz.
Sorry, where did you work?
Agassiz, out of town. I'll come back, no places to find. No place to rent. There's no home.
There was no place to rent.
I'm laid off right now. Just as long as I've ever been off, it's a year.
And then when you came back, all of a sudden you couldn't find
No place. Oh, or else it's way out of my league.
The price.
And I'm not going to waste my freaking money on, when I left, it was $750 a month for a 2-bedroom.
And how long ago was that?
8 years ago.
Right now, the prices skyrocket.
I know, it just went crazy when I came back. I mean, from $750 to $2,000, come on. I had a house, I got rid of it because it's a waste of time and money. I make good money when I work. And I plan, I got a year and a half to go, I retire, and I'll go to the Philippines. Cheap, they're good people. Here, I don't know, I'm embarrassed to be Canadian now. The government hasn't done a goddamn thing. The government is supposed to look after us, not threaten, throw you out. If they're not doing their job, get the hell out. There's somebody that can. You're gonna need people like me and a whole bunch of other people that, there's a lot of us that take care of people that need help. Girl's coming back, thank you, John. One had a baby and she's clean.
You get pension from the government? Okay.
Government and union.
So you still work?
Yeah.
What kind of job do you do?
Fabrication shop.
Fabrication?
They're machinists. Probably make it, I'm hoping, maybe 80, 85.
You know, winter is coming,
yeah.
Right? How do you stay warm? Like, how are you going to survive?
I got heat, I got power.
How do you do your daily hygiene?
We got places to go.
Oh, there is a place?
Yeah, 44 Club. We got showers, laundry.
Is it, like, where is it?
It's just across the bridge. I'm gonna go there.
Okay. 正想继续问下去，这位男士中途说要离开一下。此时我看到一旁正在捡地上垃圾的女子，便上前询问 How long have you been camping out here?
I've been here 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years. Here?
Yeah, well, I took 1 year off and tried camping elsewhere, and the police just pushed me back here. Police in the cities.
They told you to come back here?
Yeah, this is the only legal homeless encampment in the world.
In the world?
And it's under my name. Put the bylaw under my name.
What's your name?
Bamberger, Carrie Maxine Bamberger.
Is it still going on? The case?
No, we beat them. That's why we're legal. We keep it toned down, you know. We understand that there's children here and that
There is?
yeah, there's playground there, and
Right.
people bring their kids here, and this families come here, and people with their dogs. This is still a park, right?
Yeah.
And we understand that. I get ticked off when I come out here and there's garbage all over the place because I'm like, that's not really good. It's my responsibility. When I put this place in my name, I took that on.
How did you end up homeless?
I was in a very bad relationship. He was more afraid of the street than being in a relationship with me, so I put myself back on the street to get away from him.
Were you employed before?
Oh yeah, I used to teach kids how to ride horses. I'm a career horse person. I worked at the racetracks. I taught people how to ride horses. I managed farms, you know, and it took me a lot to get those goals and for this person to come in and just destroy my life.
And did you quit the job here?
I had to. He threatened everything in my existence.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's life, right? So I made my choices and I have to live with them.
Are you planning to maybe find another job in the future?
It would have to be something not as physically demanding. Unfortunately, that was the consequences of that career line as well. It's very hard on the body and taking such a long time off of it. I'm almost 50 now, right? To get back into that line of work, I don't know if I could.
So how are you making money now?
I do a lot of salvage and through bottles and scrap metal and scrap materials. I do odd jobs here and there for people and I just get by.
Now the weather is getting cold, right? The winter is coming. So with you staying out, how are you able to stay warm?
We use things like propane and hot paws, those little hot packets.
Right.
Lots of blankets.
In your tent?
Yeah, we're very careful with the propane or tea light candles. Again, we're very careful.
Those were allowed in here?
We don't have choice, right? Sometimes we don't have choice. We have to bend rules, or I'm just being honest. We've faced 10 fires in the past. Thankfully, we haven't lost anyone that way. It's more rare than commonplace. We do fire training. The fire department comes down here and in the gazebo over there.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
So the government actually has, they're helping you.
They volunteer. There's a small part of the government that really supports us in a lot of ways,
Yeah,
right?
and also non-profit organizations too.
Big time. We would not get by without them. So.
温哥华附近的街头有时会停靠像这种行动物资店，免费帮助无家可归人士的每日生活需求。
It's a mobile food store. We give them
So everyone can just come and grab some?
Yeah.
Do you come here every day?
3 times a week at different times.
We're super grateful for those supports. If we can't find a use for it, we find someone who can use it.
This is like a community for you. How long can one person stay in this area?
Thus far, as long as they want to. As long as they don't shoot the crows.
That women's shelter on Hastings Street.
Those
Have you
shelters are
considered?
terrible. They're terrible. Whether they're for women, men, or couples, or anything, they're full of theft and bugs and rodents and sickness. Shelters aren't shelter. That's not a good place.
收容所情况到底是如何？我来到了附近的一个收容所，门口外面就已经聚集了一些游民。进到里面比我想象中的宽敞明亮，也没有很脏乱。Is this the women's shelter? I see. 门口的工作人员也很有耐心，并且邀请我进去看一看。What service do you provide here?
This is a 24-hour shelter. We do have the beds for the women here.
Yeah.
About 60 beds for the women. And it's also open for the community, which means the women who don't rely on the shelter, they still can come in, grab food or tea or coffee.
Did you mention 60 beds?
Yeah.
Is that enough for all the...
Definitely not enough, right? One of the other shelters has 30 beds and the smallest one has 10, which is definitely not enough for the amount of
I
women.
see. So do you get full capacity every day?
Pretty much, yeah. All the beds are always
Right.
we're about to serve lunch, so it's getting busy.
Oh, I see, I see. Once they found a shelter here, how long can they stay?
They can stay as long as they keep to the rules of the shelter.
Everyone has a locker here?
Yeah,
Like
everyone has a bed, has a locker.
shower and everything?
Yeah, wash them in the laundry.
Okay, and everything is free to them? I see。随着中午时间到来，收容所也渐渐变忙。我看着形形色色的女性自由进出，也听到了住在收容所可能会发生的问题。
That lady that I came and set at the lights just came in our room. Somebody was in my bed the other day. I came back and I was.
看来收容所也没有拒绝宠物进来。我接着走进去探望一下，里面也有提供电脑、网络，室内干净，但毕竟也只是一个收容所，感觉里面毫无活力与生气。
That's not a home. Any kind of temporary housing, SRO, hotel, rooming house, a lot of times their traps lead you to more bad places. Might as well just go right to Main and Hastings, you know? You're allowed to walk on the path.
接着我请 Carrie 带我进来看他们的帐篷之家。
Maybe you have developed a very unique lifestyle that people like me can imagine.
It's unique.
It is. Everyone looks friendly. You're helping each other out, right? Yeah, yeah.
For the most part, we are very friendly people.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a junkyard right now. Our place actually got raided by some people.
Oh.
So it's just like kind of got destroyed, so we're rebuilding.
That sucks.
Our place isn't neat like this.
Like by random people?
Yeah, I don't even know who. So it happened on the night that we weren't here. Yeah.
So did all your belongings get taken away, or?
They were gone through, but we really don't have anything so valuable that, you know, like
yeah.
makeup. Oh, no.
Oh yeah, I see the propane. Is it abandoned or?
Yeah, that one's abandoned. Yeah, the one beside him caught on fire. So
that one?
Yeah, no, not that one.
The empty one.
There's an empty one.
Oh.
And it caught on fire. I think that was one of the last ones to catch fire. The guy moved to this one, and I guess he gave up for a bit.
I see.
Well, the winter got cold, right?
Okay.
Carrie 接着告诉我，每天睁眼醒来，陪伴他们的就是频繁来往的海上公车、来自各国的观光邮轮，以及轰隆声作响的海上直升机。虽然生活艰难，但扎营在这美丽的海湾旁边，也是能苦中作乐。
You get to hear them go all night.
All right. Thanks for showing me around.
与 Carrie 告别之后，我正想着怎么走到出口之时，正好一旁看到一名男子正打扫着自家前院。
Is this your home?
Yeah.
How long have you been camping out here?
I've been here for about 9 months now. I became homeless. Pretty much chose to because of drugs. I was in recovery. Left recovery, came down here, moved to Hastings. I set up a gazebo in Hastings, and they kicked us off Hastings. Lost so much stuff, like we lost everything we owned up there. So then I ended up down here.
How was your life before?
I owned my own house. I owned 2 vehicles. 2 boats. I owned everything. I paid for everything. I was a good worker. I was a fisherman out at the fishing lodge. Professional fishing guy.
And how did you lose your house?
All the way. Went to electrical school. Towards the end of my course, my ex found out that I was cheating. We still talk every day.
Okay.
I get to see how my kids are doing. I get to see all that. But one day I'm gonna get out of here, and my girlfriend's in treatment right now. I should follow in her footsteps and doing the same thing. But I feel like if I leave, I'm gonna lose everything I own, right?
Can I ask you questions about East Hastings Street?
Yeah.
Do you go there a lot?
Yeah, I'm there every day.
Do you go to the injection site?
No.
Do people go there, or people don't use it?
I think people go there, yeah. Quite a bit of people go there, actually.
So do you still take drugs?
Yeah, I take drugs.
Yeah, every day?
I don't shoot up, I smoke it.
How do you get your drugs?
I use my social assistants, or to be honest, I'm a drug dealer.
So you have a source?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Now, these are all your belongings?
This stuff right here, all my belongings. This stuff is all buddies. I'm just trying to clean it up for him.
Winter is coming, right? The weather's getting cold.
Yeah.
How are you surviving in the winter? Because
it's already cold inside. I'm slowly making myself a wood stove. So.
Okay. So what's your plan for yourself?
I got my friend on Hastings Street. He's got a place there, and I can go stay with him if I really want to, right?
Okay.
But I choose to come down here because I don't want to lose my stuff.
Are you thinking of finding a job in the future?
It's hard to get a job. I'm a graduate student. I got lots of experience behind my belt, right?
Then you should be able to find a job.
I'm here doing what I know how to do, right?
Right.
And that's sell drugs.
Okay.
It's laid back, it's easy, and the money's good, you know? So.
All right. Okay, thanks. Nice talking to you.
All right.
我走在这个温哥华无家可归人士最后的净土，看着一个个他们称为家的帐篷，在2年前还面临差点被市政府拆除的命运。虽然法律胜诉得以保留他们引以为傲的社区，但长期来说，住帐篷是个很大的风险，不安全也绝不是一个永久之计。 OK， 我现在来到一家咖啡厅，在这边休息，因为外面实在是太冷了。现在11月中，在做这集之前呢，流浪汉的生活其实对我来说是很遥远、很难以想象的。以前还会天真的认为，觉得他们为什么好手好脚不去找一份工作，宁愿流落在街头。但是在与他们接触之后，我才发现，其实事情并不是我所想象的那么简单。那也因为政府或者是社会还有大众观感的一些因素，他们也时不时的被驱赶，帐篷被拆，或者东西被扣押拿不回来等等。那不管是什么原因，他们其实全部都很渴望能够拥有一个稳定的居所。那很幸运，温哥华还有一个像 Crab Park 这个地方能够让他们待着。但是就算如此，我亲自走进了他们的帐篷区，实际看见了他们生活的情况，生活的一些居住环境，我还是很难想象他们如何能够这样年复一年、日复一日的在里面生存待着。这样子长期下来的身心煎熬，除了靠政府或外界的帮助之外，真的不知道还有什么方式能够帮助他们就是撑过这一切。相比之下，我们真的很幸运，能够有个温暖的房子住，还有一个柔软的床可以睡。希望大家在看完影片之后，能够更加珍惜自己现在所拥有的一切。那谢谢大家看到这里，如果有什么问题，可以在底下留言。那我们下期见，拜拜。